Hello बच्चों, once again Kiran Sinha ma'am is here and today we are going to discuss few important questions from the chapter sorting of material in groups. It is one of the most important chapter of standard 6 CBSE science. So let us start. Our first question is name or list 5 materials and name one things that is made from each of these. So first you have to write the name of 5 materials. So let us write steel, glass, ceramic, wood, fiber, plastic. These are the materials. Now write the name of the things that is made from these materials. So utensils, surgical instruments, these are made of steel. Mirror, laboratory equipments like beaker, test tube, funnel, these are made up of glass. Dinner sets, tea sets, these are made up of ceramic. Table, chair, desk, door, wooden furnitures, these are made up of wood. Clothes, whether it is cotton clothes, silk clothes, cotton clothes, silk cloth, woolen clothes, these all are made up of fiber. Plastic bottles must you have seen your home, these are made up of plastics. Now come to next question. What is matter? Give 2 examples of things that are matter and 2 which are not the matter. Anything that has mass and occupies space is called matter. Example, all the objects around us have definite shape and they occupy a definite space. So we can say that the things around us is made up of matter. Air, water, soil, these all are matter. But light, electricity, magnetism, heat, sunlight, our emotion, these are not the matter. Actually they are energy, not the matter. In what way all matter alike? See, the things around us is made up of different matter and they appears different, still they have some similarity in them. As for example, point number 1, all the matter around us are made up of tiny particles, that is called molecule. Point number 2, all matter is measured in term of mass and volume. It means every matter have some mass and they occupy some space. So all matter are alike although they have different appearance. Now the next question. What is the difference between element and a compound? Element is a pure substance made up of only one kind of atoms, whereas compound is also pure substance but it is made up of atoms of different elements in fixed ratio. That is, a structural unit of an element is atoms and a structural unit of compound is molecule. Element is represented by symbol, whereas compound is represented by formula. As for example, hydrogen is element and its symbol is capital H. Symbol of oxygen is capital O because oxygen is also an element. Water is a compound and its formula is H2O. Now come to next question. What do you mean by texture? Texture of a material refers to how it feels when touched. Based on texture, material may be soft like silk, cotton, wool, foam, etc. Or it may be rough like stone, bricks, scrubber, sandpaper, etc. Next question. Metals are lustrous, but an iron rod used in construction does not shine. Why? The iron rod which is used in construction of building does not shine because it got rusted because of air and moisture. So due to rusting it lost its shining appearance. Now the next question. How can you make a paper translucent? A paper can be made translucent by rubbing or greasing it with little oil or some type of grease or fat. Come to next question. There are only 118 different kinds of atoms but millions of compounds. Explain the reason. There are only 118 elements known, but yet number of compounds are incredibly large. The reason behind this, the reason is that these 118 elements, when react with each other, they lead to the formation of number of compounds. As for example, sodium is an element, but when it reacts with different element, it forms number of compound like sodium chloride when it reacts with chlorine, sodium oxide when it reacts with oxygen, sodium hydroxide when it reacts with water, sodium sulfate when it reacts with sulfuric acid, sodium sulfide when it reacts with sulfur, sodium sulfite when it reacts with sulfurous acid, and many more compound is formed. So one element only sodium can forms a number of compounds. That's why the number of compounds is incredibly large as compared to the number of elements. Now come to next question. What is classification and how it is useful? Very simple question. Type of grouping in which similar objects are placed together is known as classification. In any classification, things are arranged on the basis of similarities or differences in their properties. Classification helps us to find things easily, or it also helps in systematic study of materials. Now next question. There can be several levels of classification. Explain with reference to classification of living things. See, there can be a several level of classification. In case of living thing, living organisms can be classified into plant and animals. Two broader category they are classified, plants and animals. Plants further can be classified into flowering plant if they have flower, and non-flowering plant if they do not produce flower. Like animals also classified into different category on the basis of their feeding habit, herbivores, carnivores and omnivores. So in a classification there are different level of classification. In a group there are different level of classification. Next question. Name 3 states of matter. In what way they are different from each other? Based on the states, matter can be classified into 3, that is solid, liquid and gas. Difference in the state of matter is due to difference in the arrangement of their constituent particles. The arrangement of particles in matter decide the way they change their volume and shape. As for example, in solid, particles are very close, so they have fixed volume and fixed shape. In case of liquid, particles are loosely packed, so they have fixed volume but their shape is not fixed. In case of gas, particles are far apart from each other, so they have neither fixed volume nor fixed shape. Next question. How does sugar dissolve in water? See, when sugar, formula C12H22O11, this is the chemical formula of sugar. So when sugar is added to water, as you can see in the picture, the molecule of sugar have broken down into a smaller one and dispersed in the water. The sugar molecule cannot go away, but they can disperse in water. They will still be sugar molecule, just not attached to anyone. They are separated from each other. The water and the sugar particles will mix together and it will form sugar solution. Next question. Define density. How is it related to floating and sinking in water? Actually, density is property of matter that decides how heavy an object is for its size. It means it compares the mass of material to its volume. So, density is mass per unit volume of the material. Scientists always compare density of every material with density of water. It means we are talking about relative density. When density of material is less than water, it will float, and if the density of material is more than water, it will sink. As for example, ice float on in water, it means density of ice is less than water. Iron ball sink in water, it means density of iron is more than water. Next question, what is the difference between miscible and immiscible liquid? Give one example of each. Okay, liquids which mix together uniformly to form solution is called miscible liquid. As for example, lemon juice, when added to water, they mix uniformly to form lemon water. So, lemon juice and water is miscible liquid. Whereas liquids which do not mix together uniformly is called immiscible liquid. They form separate layer when they are added together. Example, when oil is added to water, after some times oil and water separate into two different layers. It means oil and water is immiscible liquids. Next question, what is the difference between transparent, opaque and translucent objects? Give two examples of each. See, depending on the amount of light that can pass through the material, they can be classified into three categories. Number one is transparent, the material that allow light to pass through them completely. As for example, air, clear glass, water, these are transparent because they allow light to pass through them completely. Second is opaque, material that does not allow light to pass through them. As for example, wood, stone, cardboard, they completely block the path of light. So they are opaque. Third is translucent, you also known as semi-transparent. It means material that allow light partially to pass through them. As for example, colored glass, butter paper, fog, they partially block the path of light. It means partial light can pass through them. Few amount of light can pass through them. Now the next question, you want to take a tumbler to a picnic. You want to crush and throw away the tumbler after use. Name two materials from which such tumbler can be made. It is very easy. That material must be, the tumbler must be made of the material that can be easily to use and throw. So, material with which the tumbler should be made in order to crush it after use are paper, plastic and aluminium. We can use paper cups or tumbler that are made from the papers that can be recycled and are the best for use and throw purpose. Can water cause molecules in piece of chalk to break apart? If yes, how can you say this? The answer is yes, because when the chalk comes into contact with water, it turns wet. Over a period of time, the chalk transforms into tiny particles, because once the water molecule sips inside the chalk or into the chalk, it diffuses through the particles and breaks the force of attraction between the particles of chalk, and solid molecules become apart from each other. Now come to next question. Which has greater density, ice or water? How can you say this? Explain your answer with reason. See, density of water is greater than ice because many times we have seen that piece of ice easily float in water. You can see in the diagram also. So since ice float on water, so we can say कि ice is lighter than water. So water का density ice के density से ज़्यादा होता है.